A dart player stands 3 meters from the wall on which the board hangs and throws a dart which leaves his hand with horizontal velocity at a point 1.8 meters above the ground. So you can see clearly a person is throwing a dart 1.8 meters above the ground horizontally. The dart strikes the board at a point 1.5 meters from the ground. Air resistance is negligible. So they are telling the dart strikes the wall 1.5 meters above the ground. Calculate the time of flight of the dart, the initial speed of the dart, and the velocity of the dart when it hits the board. So before we solve this problem, first we'll consider all the values that is required for the calculation. Let's consider the displacement. I'm considering the vertical displacement. Vertical displacement, final displacement is, okay, final height above the ground is 1.5. Initial height above the ground is 1.8. So I'm subtracting the final height from the initial height. So I get my vertical displacement to be minus 0.3 meter. Initial vertical velocity is 0 because a player is throwing horizontally. When he's throwing horizontally, there will be no initial vertical velocity. Acceleration is due to gravity, which is minus 9.81 meter per second square. Initial horizontal velocity remains constant throughout the journey. So you can say initial horizontal velocity is equal to final horizontal velocity, which we are considering to be V naught. Final vertical velocity we are considering as V subscript Y. To find the time of flight means the time taken by the dart to finish its path, the complete time the dart took to finish its path. To find this, we are using displacement is equal to vertical velocity into time plus half gt square. Vertical displacement is minus 0.3. Initial vertical velocity is 0. Therefore, this entire term becomes 0 plus half into minus 9.81 into t square. Make t as your subject. You can find by calculation your answer is 0.25 seconds. Therefore, 0.25 seconds is the time of flight of the dart. Second part, to find the initial speed V naught is quite simple. We know the value of range. Range is the horizontal distance traveled by the dart, which is 3 meters. So range is equal to V naught into T. We are considering this equation because there is no horizontal acceleration as the initial horizontal velocity is constant throughout. Therefore, range is equal to V naught into T. Make your V naught as the subject. That is equal to range over time. Range is 3 meters and time of flight is 0.25. You will get the answer as 12.0 meter per second. The next part of the question, we have to identify the velocity of the dart when it hits the board. So they're asking us to find the final velocity, which means we first have to find the vertical final velocity and also the horizontal final velocity and find the resultant of both. Here first I'm finding the final vertical velocity using the formula v square is equal to u square plus 2as. So initial vertical velocity is 0. 2 into minus 9.81 into my displacement, which is minus 0.3. Once I root, my final vertical velocity becomes 2.43 meter per second. Also, we know the velocity of the final horizontal velocity as V naught we already found as 12 meter per second. So how can we find the resultant of both? You have to square them and take the root. So I'm squaring the final horizontal velocity, which is 12 square, plus final vertical velocity, which is 2.43 whole square. Then take the root, get the final velocity as 12.2 meter per second. If you like this video, please subscribe my channel. And if you have any doubt, please comment below. Thank you.